Mga usaping in, mga paksang trending,
Mga talakayang may kabuluhan.
lifestyle at kulturang sariling atin.
Buhay Pinoy, pag-usapan natin dito sa
Espresso Self! Kayo ba ay nagawi na sa Sikatuna Village dito sa Quezon City? Kung kayo ay naghahanap ng special variety of food choices, di lang sa uri ng pagkain, kundi sa overall concept ng mga restaurants, then try ninyong pumunta dito sa Sikatuna Village. Kasama ko ngayon ang special correspondent ng Lighthouse Cafe. Walang iba ako si Miss Dariel Ku. Hi Dariel, ikaw na-try mo na ba mag-food trip dito sa Sikatuna Village?
Yes, kaya nakapunta na ako sa isang Italian restaurant together with my friends from Lighthouse. And the experience was very, very nice. Ikaw, Kuya Gabi?
Well, syempre, try ko na rin a handful, lalo na yung mga sikat dyan sa mga social media sites. Pero ito pupuntahan natin, itong nanditong lugar tayo ngayon, ay very special. Standout siya, Dariel.
Bakit, Kuya Gabi? Anong pagkakaiba niya sa iba pang restaurant cafes?
Magandang tanong yan, Dariel. Unang-una sa lahat, wellness. May wellness na pangalan niya. So, coffee shop siya, tapos may wellness. So, talagang very interesting, Dariel. Alam naman natin, very trending ngayon yung mga wellness campaigns, di ba? Pero more and more, mas nagiging necessity siya.
I agree, Kuya Gabi. Lalo sa busy schedule and hectic na everyday life, yung flow po ng araw. Parang mas maganda sa atin as students and working people na maging healthy as persons.
Ito, alam mo pa, may isa pang positive about this coffee shop. Hulaan mo.
Yung reviews ng kanilang food.
Galing mo talagang manghula. Tama ka naman doon. Pero yung isang positive dito ko, Dariel, yung owners of this coffee shop is actually a church ministry.
Wow!
So talagang nakaka-excite, di ba? Na may church ministry tapos meron silang coffee shop. So, itong Hillcrest Wellness Cafe na matatagpuan dito sa Malingap Street sa Sikatuna Village ay very much talked about dito sa lugar na ito, Dariel. Puntahan natin and explore natin yung lugar.
Yes, so tara!
Joining us in our very special episode today is a husband and wife tandem, the marketing and operations heads of Hillcrest Wellness Cafe, Mr. and Mrs. Hans and Joanne Sardenia. Thank you for having us.
Sir Hans and Miss Joanne. First of all po, paano po nag-start ang Hillcrest? Excited na po kaming malaman.
Right. Well, Hillcrest started last 2014. So we're about 2 years old pa lang.
Wow. Batang-bata. Yes.
Yes, batang-bata. We're one of the newest coffee shops in the Philippines. And but before that, we actually started planning for this about 2011, end of 2011, 2012. So it's been quite a long time planning between me and my partners, Master Ray Walpita. And we decided to open a coffee shop when we were when we could see a lot of BPO employees, a lot of call center employees, you know, just drinking beer at 7 a.m. You know, para lang matulungan sila, you know, makatulog. So we were really burdened with that, and we were thinking, okay, what can we do to reach out to this group of people? At that time, the call center industry had the highest HIV rate increase in the country, and so we decided, now, okay, how do we get them to come?
Yes.
Because we were thinking of opening a church. But we were thinking, okay, how do we get them to come in voluntarily? So we were thinking, why not open a coffee shop, right? Because you know, it's you know, people love to linger, people love to spend a lot of time inside coffee shops, and you know, when they're there, that's ministry opportunity.
So napakaganda, Dariel. Hans mentioned about the burden. Started with a burden, and then you had that inspiration concept of a coffee shop. But can you tell us what exactly was your, you know, because obviously putting up a coffee shop, hindi naman siya ganoon kadali, di ba? Ano yung, what was the, you know, the birth pains, the process, especially nag-start pa lang tayo. How long did it take you to finally come up with this beautiful place?
Right. the birth pains was it was pretty long. It's actually very tough to go into this type of business because it has you have to have a substantial amount of capital, of course, and then of course this is at first we were just thinking of starting a church. All of a sudden, it was a cafe. Biglang we were just thinking of how to do the ministry, etc., etc. Then about a few months later, we were like, sandali lang, di ba coffee shop tayo? What are we gonna serve? So it really took a lot of work, a lot of study, a lot of sacrifice, especially. So, yeah.
Well, like you, Miss John, what was your background related to this project, this ministry, coffee shop, na nakatulong during the process?
So for me, I was actually in Germany studying while they were conceptualizing this, and they were all men in the group, and I was the one actually coordinating for the meeting. So there are times where one of the members of the group would be somewhere else, and I would be the one contacting from Germany. Oh, you have a meeting right now, or you have a meeting tomorrow, and things like that. And when the cafe already was operating, I was doing the scheduling of the crew. For some time, I was computing their salaries.
Wow.
Yeah.
So napasubok ka pala bigla sa accounting and management and all
Yeah.
that. All by the grace of God, of course.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I think that's also one of the roles of being a wife. To back up the husband. Yeah, and I was really convicted with the mission, with the vision of the cafe, and that's also one of the reasons why I'm all out with my support. Yeah, because I believe that we could reach a lot of people, and I'm seeing it. And not only to the people who are coming in, but also the people who are working here. We see potential in them, and we believe that the cafe could be instrumental as well in their growth.
Ang ganda ng purpose ng ministry, sir and ma'am. And medyo curious lang ako, bakit po cafe instead of a restaurant or a religious center? Why a cafe?
Computer cafe or
Yeah.
shop, yeah.
Well, first of all, people love spending time in coffee shops, especially in the Philippines. Talagang ang tao tatambayan coffee shop. People really love lingering in coffee shops. They love working or studying in coffee shops. So for us, that gave us a wider avenue for reaching out to people. Because if people are just there to eat, normally they would spend 30 minutes to an hour there and then leave. With here, we have actually clients who stay the whole day, and we're open from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So we have clients that literally would come at like 7:30 and then would leave. Nakasara na yung isang gate.
Baka naghanap ng trabaho. Gusto maging crew.
They work here.
They actually work here. Yeah, it gives you that opportunity to have more of a relationship with the people who come.
Right, thanks. Let's talk about that relationship, reaching out. And we said it's a ministry, first of all. Diba? How exactly do you reach out? How do you minister to these people? People who come in and buy food, and what happens?
Right. First of all, we designed Hillcrest Cafe to have ministry points.
Ministry points.
Even without us talking. Because this is a public place, right? So, and we normally the people who come into Hillcrest Cafe are those people who would never set their foot inside a church. So we make it as open as possible, and there are ministry points. Like for example, here's our wisdom wall.
The wisdom wall.
It's just puno lang siya ng mga quotes that actually minister to people. And we've noticed some of especially our first-time customers, after they order there, some of them would, before they take their seats, they would spend like 5 to 10 minutes just staring at the wall, and taking pictures.
And on Instagram, we have noticed that most of the pictures that where we were tagged were actually from the wisdom wall, and we would be very encouraged. Like someone would come in, they would had an exam, and they would just take a picture of a quote and how it inspired them on that day.
Right, right. And of course, we also have a small bookshelf. Both books for browsing and also for buying, and most of these books are Christian themed books. Aside from that, of course, being a relational business, our staff would get to know the people, and we would have a lot of clients who are students, who are people who would be reviewing for the bar or the board or some exam. And since talagang they would take their time here to review, our staff would get to know their names, and they would ask, hey, when's your exam day? Can we pray for you?
Nice.
So,
well, that's a great blessing, Hans. Joanna, talking about you reaching out to the people you included. Has there been also some cases where the word of God was shared, or maybe na-invite sila to attend a service, and other testimonies of how this place has been a great blessing and impact?
Right. Yes. Actually, for one thing, our CEO, si Pastor Ray, would hold his counseling sessions here, and also we have other counselors from the church would do their evangelism here at times, and also we have different events that are ministry centered, but we open this to the public. Like for example, our music at the cafe. It's an event that we hold once a month, and we use that also as an opening point for evangelism, for ministry.
It's very nice. And I heard you also allow people to conduct yung mga D groups. No?
Yes. Actually, there are people somehow love doing their Bible studies here. People love doing their Bible studies here. Their discipleship groups. Before it was Kuya Kim Atienza would hold his Bible studies here. And so people from different walks of life, people from different churches as well. So kasi we're not just an evangelism centered cafe. We also open this to other churches for them to do their ministry here. So in a sense, it's like a hub of sorts.
Syempre, hindi mawawala yung usapan natin about the food and the what you offer here. Can you tell us more about what's special about Hillcrest Wellness Cafe?
Right. For one thing, since we are a coffee shop, we really focus a lot on coffee. So we source our coffee from the coffee farms sa Mountain Province. It's direct from the farms. We source the best type of coffee only.
So local
Philippine coffee.
Wow.
We really made a conscious decision to support the local coffee industry, because we really believe na as we open the business, we could actually impact not just the church side or the ministry side, but also other industries as well. So we decided to really support the local coffee industry as opposed to importing coffee from other countries.
Yes.
Yeah. And also our menu selections are. We have a healthier line of menu. So all our food and drinks are prepared from scratch. There are no preservatives, and it's everything's fresh. All our fruit drinks are fresh.
Siguro, Dariel, nakikurious ka, ano ba yung mga best sellers ng Hillcrest Cafe?
Right. For our drinks, of course, we have the standard Mountain Brew. That is our house brew. We prepare coffee very differently. Basically, it's a small device wherein the water is at the bottom tank, and then there's a basket on top where the coffee beans go. And then what happens is basically the water gets condensed and passes through the coffee beans. And then it collects on top. So what happens is talagang pigang-piga yung coffee beans. Kasi yung dumadaan sa kanyang tubig. Condensed na yan eh. So, para kang nag-distill.
So, very bold, very
bold.
pure.
Yes.
very-
So that's how we prepare coffee. That's one of the things that makes us different from every other coffee shop in the country. Yeah, and also bestsellers. We have our cocoa macchiato. It's our version of the famous macchiato. Pero what we use instead of caramel, we use cocoa syrup, which is actually safe for diabetics. So it's a bit sweet, but if you're diabetic, you can have it. Yeah.
And for our cold drinks, we have, for example, Berzinger. It's made of fresh green apple, cucumber, and ginger. It's very high in antioxidants.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please tell us more of the cakes, the pasta, and the crepes.
Yeah, so on our right, that's the cappuccino cheesecake. It's one of our best sellers, and then we have the chicken pesto.
This one, chicken
Yeah,
pesto.
chicken pesto.
And my favorite, the beef and tomato. That's my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah, and the banana mango crepe.
Ano ba ako masabi? Heavenly. Heavenly music, heavenly place, heavenly food, Dariel. Ito po yung, I would assume, mga bestsellers niyo. One of your
Yeah,
bestsellers.
some of our
Yes,
best
some of our
sellers.
best sellers.
And if they come from 7 in the morning to 12, we have a promo, a breakfast club promo, where they could buy a card, and every time they purchase a food, they get a free coffee already.
Free cup of coffee. Yeah.
Free cup of coffee.
So is it like a loyalty program or
Something like
parang
that,
It's
yeah.
more of a
On-off,
breakfast
on-off
card.
promo?
Breakfast
it's a
card.
It's a breakfast card. Basically, you get more value if you come here early in the morning. So, yeah.
Ano pa hinihintay natin, Dariel? Alam ko kanina ka pa.
Kailangan matikman na natin to,
Nakapokus
Kuya
eh.
Gabi.
Let's go. Yeah, kaya natin. Isa sa mga ministers, di mo natatanong ni Miss Joanne, is she also plays the harp. So isipin mo, dalawa lang yung tao na kilala ko nagpe-play ng harp. Siya lang, tsaka si David niya, yung sinasabi ko kanina. Can you tell us more about that, this very rare blessing that this gift that you have?
Yeah, sure. I fell in love with the harp when I was 12 years old. Merong nangangaroling sa Cebu dati. He had his makeshift harp.
Wow.
And I really fell in love with it.
araw-araw ka, Dariel. Wow, parang nasa heaven ka na po. Grabe. Thank you very much, Miss Joanne. Hans, plans for Hillcrest Cafe? What's next?
We are planning on expanding to different locations in the metro and hopefully in the provinces as well.
Wow.
Because one of the great things of having a ministry that is business based is a duplication. So we can duplicate fairly quickly. So we will be doing test branches in different parts.
Maybe Dariel, as we end, a few words to all our viewers. Maybe you can invite them to come here, and be blessed with this place, this ministry.
Right. So we invite all of you to come to Hillcrest Cafe here at 48 Malingap Street. This is very near Bayantel, Maginhawa. We're open from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. So you can come early and leave late. So long as you order, that's fine.
Yeah, so we have monthly music at the cafe, live music for every last Sunday of the month at 7 p.m.
Right.
Yeah. Dariel, talagang wellness tong place na to kasi wellness pagdating sa food and beverages because of the nutritionally better alternatives that they offer. But more importantly, the wellness, spiritual. The need for Christ for everyone. So thank you very much for having us here and just being a blessing. And I think Dariel, mapapadaan din tayo dito paminsan-minsan kasi talagang very conducive for for some quiet and some devotion even.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. It is indeed a blessing and a great challenge to be an impactful part in the community, especially where you are. Kanino pa nga ba tayo magiging pagpapala kundi sa mga taong nakakasalamuhan natin araw-araw. So for more on this in Hebrews.